There you go. All right then. Hello, this is Divine Sunshine. I am your transformational specialist, and I believe about transforming the soul so you can ascend and go to the next level. I wanted to get on here real quick because I was inspired to DM. I did some work. Mostly Saturdays are my spiritual work days, in which I really work with clients. Rather, it's doing transformational things such as my MAT sessions, or I'm doing past life regression sessions, doing the things. So if you're interested in doing that, make sure that you go and hit Divine Unisouls 11.co for you could be able to get a session with me as well. And then you can also go, if you want a past life regression session, two of me, go to AshantiWellnessCenter.com. So you get all the information about past lives and getting your MAT session too as well. That is a metaphysical anatomy technique that I use in which to help to heal and go in and delve in there. Um, Enough on the plugging. Last one to make sure, because if I do it at the end, you all sign off and you all don't get it. Is tomorrow is the doubling down for love event, the 6/6 event. Make sure that you are there. It is free event. You don't have to sign up for anything. All you need to do is just show up and show out. That's all I'm requesting for tomorrow. It's for my divine sunshine is to just come in mass. We got a lot of great speakers coming. We're talking about various topics: narcissism, being an entrepreneur, how to deal with balancing the divine feminine and divine masculine energies, how to be able to either with the family dynamic, how to show love in that one, being able to write about it, also doing those things, or either mind things, activities that we're doing, yoga, meditations, all this good stuff is coming on tomorrow for that. So it's free here. It's Divine Unisouls 11 live event. So come to this channel at 2 p.m. Central Time, and so you can be able to get all that good information. Okay. All right then. So now let me go on and jump on into this, because this is going to prime me and get ready for my individual readings that I'm about to do. Don't forget about also that I'm doing the GPS readings too for $17.17. If you're interested in want to know about where you are, please, I ask, you can go to divineunisouls11.co as well for you to be able to get that as well. All right then. So now let's go right on into what's going on with the divine masculine and him healing his broken heart. All right, so now with that, we have here the broken heart is dealing with some brokenheartedness. I'm picking up with the divine masculine that he is dealing with healing what's going on with the divine masculine energies right now. There's some brokenheartedness. Um, I looked at another young lady's message. What's her name? I think her name Nubian News. And she, some kind of way, when I got on there, and I have been watching too much of things, but something about her things jumped off my YouTube. And I was like, let me watch this. And she was talking about the divine masculine energies in their heart, and how the divine masculine energies, she's like, my God, dear hearts, although they mean well, in the divine masculine energies in a male, let's define it that way. Although they mean well, it's like they want to make everybody happy. They want to make everybody feel good in that. And so, who is that? Hey, Charm Timeless. And so, in doing that, it causes for them to be in that people pleaser mode, caring about what other people are thinking about, caring about what it is and how it is affecting them. And this is where the divine masculine, I feel right now, I said before, with the divine masculine energies, also in the male and in the female, but mostly the male, seeing is having this identity crisis about what other people are thinking, what other people are resonating with, what other people are classifying and identifying them as instead of themselves. So this is brokenheartedness. So right now, the divine masculine energies are feeling right now grief. Okay. there is a grief. And to me, when you talk about a grief about something and being heartbroken about that, something is dying. There is an ending of a chapter. I woke up this morning about that cashew crackers, and I put that and I post that in the community tab, telling you all about how the importance is as far as being able to start this new chapter. I just got a thing here to say about do Instagram too. Okay, so when we're talking about this doing that, hold on 1 second. I'm about to hit on Instagram as well because it's one AIGTV. Yeah. Okay, and so let me go live. Hands free, record. Okay. What's this? Is the way. I'm gonna have to do it 2 ways. Stop right there. Okay, so now, oh, they got me this way too. So I'm live on IG too. Okay, so the divine masculine right now is dealing with. Oh, I like this view. Yeah, is dealing with heartbrokenness. Okay, something is dying, and I think it's the identity of him. That's what is going on with the divine masculine, and understanding the things of what I thought was or not, and what I thought it was, it isn't. It is, or didn't think it was, it is. And this is what the divine masculine is going through right now, which is understanding that there is a conflict and there's a dying process they have to go. So you call it the dark night of the soul, whatever it is. This is also what he's feeling, is that a lot of people are envious of him. Okay, this is what the divine masculine is feeling. There's envy. There's envy from the person that they're with as their partner. There's envy as far as the connection that they have in about this divinity that they are, this uniqueness that they bring to the table. And I'm believing that I'm tapping in and I'm seeing the guys that's telling them that there's been a lot of blow ups happening because of this envy that's happening on the job, that's happening with people, with their partners, if they're with someone, and family members too as well. And it's just coming out of the blue. This thing, what they're having, this issue. So there's is envy. And the envy, I'm looking in the window here, to me is the window is to the soul, which is letting me know that it has to deal with this partnership, this coming together. Rather, it's a coming together for the divine masculine energies in general, would be the coming together, a union of the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies together. This is a coming a union, and some people are envious about this new creature that they are about to become, this new chapter that they're about to invoke on. So this is an issue that's going on with the divine masculine energies, because they are people are picking up on this. They're sensing this. The divine masculine is also seeing that. He's good looking behind the curtain and seeing, hey, this is actually something that can happen. What he's been thinking about and concentrating on, the divine masculine, is he is about, it's got the earth card here. Okay, so with this earth card here, we're talking about how is it that he's been portraying, maybe in life he's been larger than life, but at the same time I'm being drawn to here where the booty been shown. He been still showing his ass. Excuse my French, those of you say, well, she's spiritual but she's cursing. Yes, so hey Kathy D, about people being jealous. Yeah, right. Okay, thank you, Kathy D. So yeah, and so this is it. But he's showing his ass at the same time. Now the ass can be two ways. It could be an ass like kiss my ass. I'm doing me. I'm getting larger than life. But I'm drawn to this building here, which means the structure and this foundation that's going on. So I'm on IG too as well. The foundation of things. And this is again how he's being larger than life, but at the same time, he's going about it that he is revealing some of his foundational parts. So the ass is what you sit on, which again is it has a cushion, and that is a thing in which you really release things too. So again, how these things are being released in his life is also being out for show. I know that's deep, but this is where they're taking me. Okay. And so then we got this moon. So there's these illusions. It's again about this show, this identity with this divine masculine energies of what we're putting out there. This mask, this can. Can is about the sexuality. Look at me, I'm looking cute. Hey, Miss Yolanda, I'm all this. And so However, it's like, again, how is this affecting us as far as in this moon energies? How is it affecting, and how is being reflected back to us? The illusion of things. So we have to understand that, again, it's not about right now about being divine. And here's another structure. Here's another building. Buildings are used for shelter, foundations, those things. So again, it's about the structural foundation that's going on with this divine masculine right now, about this, hey, me, hello again, about what's going on with his structures. Like, what, how you been? I mean, hearing the song like, our house is a house for love. And I learned that it doesn't take a, so to build it up. So what way is he building up this foundation when it comes to this love thing for the divine masculine? That's what it's telling me about that. And so this is where we are. Is you canon it again. You acting like you're bigger than life. This facade that you're putting on again about who you are, your sexuality, how you're showing up in life. This is something that we got to watch as far as how we're attracting. Is saying about it, because again, it's all about your intuition and your awareness right now. The divine masculine, if in his thinking, say he is feeling as if he is here, shower, which again is like, I'm trying to get clean, but then there's still these monsters still lurking. Okay, there's a monster still lurking, almost like Psycho. Okay, there's these things. It could be from people. It can also be within. They're saying too as well. So while you're trying to get cleaned up from the whole situation and be purified, there's still this darkness, this ever flowing of this dark creature, this thing that's still looming there in the background with that. Okay. The divine masculine feels also in his thinking, in his thinking rather. Here it is, to me, I'm looking at this, is about this brokenheartedness and how he's showing up to save people, because that's got to die. And that goes back to again what the young lady said at Nubian News, where it is this divine masculine is at the beginning. You all didn't get it. I chopped at the middle of it. But how he keeps on wanting to save people. He keeps on wanting to be there for people. He keeps on, and he's not for himself. And she was like, God bless it, although you want to be for everybody, but you know what? Somebody is always getting left. That's just like us in teaching. No child left behind. We wanted, it sounded real good when it came out, but hell, we've been leaving a lot of children down behind. Captain D can tell you that. So we can't save everybody. You know, at the end of the day, like another person I was reading, no, looking at his video, and he's like, you know what, we got to get to the point to understanding that we're our own hero. And I talk about that in my own in the podcast too, about energy vampires. Vampires are real, and how you have to be able to understand that you got to be, at the end of the day, you got to be, show up, you got to be your own hero, like the song said. So if you want to get more into about that podcast and see what that was about vampires, yes, vampires are real, go to my podcast, which is found on Spotify, Syncify, and iHeartRadio, as well, in Podbean. Go to those and you can be able to listen to the podcast with that. And remember, I'm also running the contest. If you tell me what you're listening to, if you make a comment here, then I will throw you in a drawing so you can get a free MAT session with me, which is helping you to heal the emotion and the pain that's being housed in your body as well. Okay, back to the reading. So this to me looks like a hero here. Okay, this looked like an army. I done went there. I'm a soldier. I done did everything, and I'm trying to save myself emotionally. But there's a lot of scars here. This goes back to I'm trying to dealing with this brokenheartedness. This showing up for everybody. This is why I'm feeling divine masculine energy. It's like I've been showing up for everybody, but everybody has not been showing up for me. And this is where the grief is coming from. People are envious me about with those things, and I keep on feeding into that identity of showing up for everybody. But again, at the end of the day, they envy. You know, they're not really loving. And it's a new thing that I'm picking up too as well, and I'm gonna do that in the Patreon too as well for them, which is this emotional unavailability. This attracting in our divine masculine energies. That's across the board. If you're interested in that too as well, you can join my Rays of Sunshine, which is on my Patreon, which is like a support group, but also you get lessons and meditations and special things there too as well. But I'm picking up this emotional unavailability is popping up for the divine masculine energies across the board, whether you're female or a male. This is what we got to check into, and that's what's creating this brokenheartedness, because people are not showing up the way we're giving out that energy. But they envious of us, but they jealous of us. They going, yeah, do X, Y, and Z for me. But then when I turn around and ask you, hey, can you help me out? Well, I got to take my mom to the senior hall. They come up with all different kind of excuses, but for them to go on ahead and show up like they're supposed to. Okay, and that's the issue. So here it is. It's about the saving here, and emotionally in their spirit, they're probably saying at this point that hey, my spirit is tired. I done took a lot of blows up until this point. I done took a lot of blows here. And there's a lot of scarring, the emotional scarring. It's on the feminine. In my spirit, it's been a lot of scarring going on. This is where they are. How is this affecting the dynamic of the connection right now, of how the divine masculine energies are seeing the connection? Well, right now, he's at the point that he really feels like he wished that the divine feminine energies would just take control of it. It's just like, I'm here, do what you want. You can use my body. Ride me like a surfboard. Whatever that it is got to do, or whatever that you got to do, you could do that. Because I'm at this point, I'm going to lay my defenses down. I'm going to lay the sword down. And I'm going to lay my defenses down, my shield down, and let this vulnerability help. Some of you all might be in contact with your divine masculines, and you might even feel them coming to you, asking you for help. Okay, right. Okay, my children are doing that. Might be asking you to ask for help. They're being very vulnerable because they're needing this energy. It's like, I need you. That's across the board by your divine masculine as a feminine or a feminine or a male, female or male. Okay, this is where they're doing it because it's starting. I see the number 9 here, which I'm drawn to, which is we're ending cycles now. Okay, we're ending the cycles. So here the divine masculine says, you know what? I understand that my divine feminine energies has the key to me. That's going to help me to stay in my heart space. Because here again, this is about this foundations. I told you, this is coming up real strong. It's about this foundations. This to me tells me the divine masculine energies want something more stable. Right now, what's being shown to them is not stability. Again, it goes back to that. I'll play it on it because I know I'm not doing it justice by singing it. It's from the 5 heartbeats. But this house is a home thing. And it's got to build it up, build it up, build it up, because this house is not a place for love right now. Wherever they are at this time, this is not where they need to be. Hey, sister. So what's happening with you in the divine masculine energies here is like they want this freedom. We on this horse. Horse represents freedom. Riding off to that. Say true. So the divine masculine is in brown. So the divine masculine, I'm saying, it's got to eliminate some things. That's why I told you in this picture, I don't know why I was so drawn to the booty, and I talk about eliminations, and that's where you eliminate things too as well. But he understands that because he really wants things to manifest and to come into fruition in the world, because we got this is pentacles. 12 means everything to come into divine order. This is where he wants it to be. I want things to come into divine order. But he also is looking to the divine feminine energies to nurture him. So that means, again, what's going on in the spirit. Spirit, help lead me, guide me, give me the direction that I need from the feminine, because she's truly in the heart. The divine feminine energies is in the heart. That's where the soul is. That's where the direction. That's where they know. Another foundation again. Something about this foundation. He's understanding is crumbling. Whatever he thought he was building, this is not it. The divine masculine understands also when it comes in there's a conflict about how he wants this relationship to come. He wants the divine feminine energies to be comfortable. He understands it be with that. I'm picking up the male energy, divine masculine in the male energy, saying that I understand it has not been that. You have not been comfortable, divine feminine energies, females, in this role of me taking control here. but I understand that you want me to communicate it better because he's in the color blue. So he understands that in order for him to really be able to stop this conflict that's going on, which is 10, means ending the cycle, getting ready to start something new, the divine masculine in the male energies, understands that he's got to communicate it better. That's going to help the divine feminine energies to stay in her bliss, to go after what she wants for that. Now, when we're talking about us collectively in the female body, we're talking about the divine masculine energies. It means how we show up in our leadership. We got to communicate it more because it's causing a conflict, because we're not being in one with way that we really truly want to show up in the world. And it keeps on creating this brokenheartedness, because the divine feminine wants to be comfortable in her space because she's got a green cushion here or pillow, which means she wants to be comfortable. She wants to be in her comfort zone when it comes to in what matters to the heart. Okay, for the divine masculine energies, he understands he wants to offer this cup of love where we are truly having this continuous flow, this even flow that swings back and forth. This is ease and grace. That's been the word of the day, having this ease and grace to things as well. So having this ease and grace is going to be able to help. Turn you off because that's all you got. That's it. Sorry. Okay, that's Instagram. They got to come over here to see the rest. This is going to call, it's got 7 of cups. 7 of cups is also, and you talk about the regulatory role, it means indecisiveness. I got things, but I'm scared that I want to make the right decision, so this can be able to happen. This indecisiveness that had shown up in that last card with the 10 of swords there, and that conflict that's going on, and knowing you got to communicate it there. In order for you to have that, you've got to make a decision. And that's going back to the divine masculine energies in a male body, the stopping with the people pleasing. And in the divine, this correcting me saying that's in the female too. You try to people please as well. Well, that's true. Okay, so you're doing that. You've got to stop that. I'm being divine. I'm gonna show up for everybody. I'm gonna put my needs on the back burner, because again, that's one of the programs that we have to break at this point. Because in order for us in our divine masculine energies, which is our leadership, to be in our bliss, to have our money on our mind, on our money, on our money on our mind, or whatever it is our abundance that we actually want, and that bliss, we have got to stay in that understanding that this is actually what we want, and I cannot be relying upon like the programming, which is telling us, hey, it's about what everybody else wants, and what you want go on the back burner somewhere. That's the programming that we've got to break, because we have always, even from adult or from being a child going an adult, we've always been shown, whether it's parents or ancestral things about that. And we can look at the whole pipeline of what coming out. It's always the needs of others. Even if we're talking about ancestral and we're talking about cultural thing, we could talk about, if we're saying even African Americans, it's always serving someone else. Okay, on the plantation. It's not about what you want. You can't have no family. You can't have no food. You can't have this. It's all about others. It's serving others. That imprints within you. That same thing, any other cultures you can find about that. How is it that they've been showing in other cultures is about other people? Hispanic as well. They had things there. They have had things where they had to leave their country, and they got to go and they got to sacrifice themselves and go to another country to come to the U.S. because they want a better life. Okay, that's again, it's not about what I want. I want to stay in Mexico. I don't want to go over there in no U.S. I don't know nothing about the U.S. And that's again, it's about other people's needs. They don't want it. They want to rule the country the way they want to. So now I got to go find refuge someplace else. Everybody has felt and had that happen in each culture, in which it makes you to say, I've got to find someplace else that I've got to be, and my needs are now on the back burner. This is where we are. This is all in totality. All of this, it goes into the scope about our soul, how we showing up, ancestral, the history, and how it plays a part of how we showing up as we are today, even in religion or spirituality. That's another thing that also shows about that martyrism, by everybody else's needs. I'll sacrifice myself. I put everybody else's needs first, because then I'll be looked upon, ascended, and much higher if I do these things. All these things play a part, whether you agree with it or not. It is part of the programming, the 3D program that we've got to break apart from. Okay, whatever the story is. This next thing. So now when I ask about, so what's going on with how the divine masculine is feeling now in the 3D about this situation, he says no, it's correction. Yeah, about it. He wants you to know that still the divine masculine energy is saying that you still take my breath away, no matter how the it's showing up. The divine masculine is showing up, the illusions, and we know we got to break through it, especially now during these times because of the retrograde. Don't make any kind of decisions. Don't make anything written in stone right now until after the 22nd. I'll say even a week after. It said got a notification. Even a week after the 22nd. Don't do that either because you got a shadow aspect where it's still kind of going on. Don't do anything right now because everything is not the way they seem. Okay. So again, he said, you still hold a piece of my heart. Okay. And there are still so many unsaid things between us. Okay. So that's a message for your divine counterpart. Okay. Rather, whichever, whoever's holding the divine masculine energies at the moment, that's their message for that. Okay. So now let's get into solutions because that's my thing. What's the solutions for our soul to create this transformation so we can be able to ascend? So the divine masculine energies, when I asked the angels, they stated the romance angels cards. They said romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So that means not only is it romantic feelings about romance, it's also about creating the magic, making things actually manifest. So again, it's worth you doing that to research and to go ahead and go delve into those things that make your heart feel happy or feel like it resonates in your soul and aligns with your soul that this is what I want because this helps me to stay in my bliss. So whatever it is that it is, the angels are saying, or the guides are saying, or source is saying, or your spiritual team is saying through the cards that, hey, this is real and this is worth exploring. Is it about that business that you want to do it? Source is saying this is real and this is worth exploring. If it's something about, hey, I'm thinking about maybe this is really truly my twin flame. If you've been thinking that, guess what? This is real and this is something worth exploring. If you've been thinking about leaving that job because you're saying, hey, you know what? I feel like I'm being called someplace else. Guess what? Source right now, if you're here for this reading, is telling you this is real and this is worth exploring. Why? Because there's no place like home. Where's that home feeling? That home feeling, it resonates in your soul. Some kind of way it has left the light on. The light this time says represents enlightenment. It's the light. It's like the path. Be a light into my path, which is again is guiding you as to where you actually need to go. So this place is home. And that goes back to that foundation. When I tell you about the houses of a place of love, you got to build it. This again is about this structuring and how are you building and showing this up in the 3D. And according to right now, because it's not aligning with what your soul purpose or your soul wants, it's causing heartbreak for the divine masculine energies. That means how you're showing up, your leadership. Also, clarifying that, hey, your feelings are real and worth. Many of you all have been getting messages in your divine masculine energies, how you showing up in the world. It's been messages that have been unique. I told you the other day, I think on the playground experience, how I asked source, I said, listen here, I need help. I need help in forgiving this person because we're going to continuously be on this cycle. I need help. Most unlikely person suspect called me and told me, said they needed help with the situation. I in turn needed help with this my situation, and we swapped each other's gifts. At that time, I would have never have thought that this person would have showed up for me, but they did. This is again something that you need in order to help you. It's going to show up, but it's not going to show up in the way that you most likely think it's always going to be. You know, maybe it might, if you never seen number sequences, maybe all of a sudden you start seeing 1111s. Maybe you might see license plates and things are now saying the person's name or they're giving you solutions or things of that nature. You might even find yourself doing something. Whatever it is out of the box. Is that Aquarius energy that they're saying is also handling, is helping you to make these practical plans, but at the same time, it's going to be something out of the box, out of the ordinary of how it's going to be able to reach you. Because again, these romantic feelings and knowing that it's real and it's worth exploring is going to give you a sense of milk and honey, like nostalgic, like take you back to your childhood where everything was pure and innocent. There's going to be a flow and ease with it. There's also going to be a way it's going to be nurturing you too as well. Nurturing that, again, back into what I seen in the cards about the feminine, the divine masculine energy. Say, yeah, but I still need to be nurtured by you. Again, getting those answers too as well. So this is one of the things, because this is what's being put on the table. Once you get in alignment with what's really real and worth exploring, and you start making that movement towards those things, things are going to get into the flow. There's going to be exchanging of gifts. There's going to be even exchange of things, because again, I told you in the beginning, I feel with the divine masculine energies, and I'm tapping into my own. It feels like it's some unavailability, emotional unavailability that's been happening. And he has not been, the divine masculine energies has not been given that exchange. And this is what's giving the heartache. It's like, this is where, like April said in the playground experience, if you didn't see that, go in the community tab, where we're talking about stop looking at the pain. That's what causes karma to keep on going, is because we're looking at the pain, but we're not looking at the lesson that is bringing us and the blessing. And looking at this right now with this divine masculine energies, looking at this thing and saying, hey, people around me are envying me, but I'm pouring my whole heart and soul to these people, but they ain't giving it back to me in return. Something is not right. Who is the source of doing this? Is it them? No, because I do just like my mom said. You can't keep on putting it off on other people, and if people keep on showing up the same way, after a while, you gotta start turning and looking at yourself and saying, "Hey, something I ain't doing right." See, that's what this thing is. I'm helping you to ascend, but I'm keeping it to you, the focus as to what's going on. We're getting big adults. We're putting on our big panties and our big boxes now. And right now, in being divine, we cannot keep on continuously saying that it's the divine masculine's fault or our counterparts. If we feeling we're in the divine feminine energies, and we feel that the divine masculine is strictly in his divine masculine energies, it's all his fault. It's all our counterparts' fault. We got to start looking and seeing, what did we bring it to the table? Are we cutting the picnic sandwiches short of a picnic? Why? Because we practicing what? Insanity. Insanity means to do the same thing over and over again and expecting for different results. We cannot no longer. So we've been practicing that stuff. They're saying this by other people, and I'm not going to be talking about other people's channels or whatever like that. I'm just on mine. If you keep on practicing in that, and you keep on looking at things that keeps on instilling that in you, then you're going to be in that same rut, that same continuous loop. Okay, understanding the divine masculine understands now where he is that, again, that he needs to get into a place where there's an even exchange, because this exchanging of things is causing him, not when it doesn't, and people are emotionally unavailable to him, it causes him to have this, create this dance that he does, feel like he's like a jack in the box, like that musical jack in the box. You crank him up, and then he's like, oh, I do the dance. Okay, what you want? What you need? I'm here for you. Okay, yeah. Okay, now when I call her and turn around and ask you, can you do this for me? You give me all 50 million different excuses. You can't. Oh, you can't. Oh, all right. Okay, well, I understand, man. Go on, do you. Okay, I understand, girl. Yeah, go on, do you. And you like, I be damned. When it comes down there, I need help in return. Ain't nobody coming and showing up for me. What is this? So this is the same thing. He believes that he's being flexible as well. We got that with the cat there. But again, it's causing him to wear a mask. He's got these wings. He's trying to be divine, but he's not being truthful about what's going on. And there goes a conflict. Okay. All right then. So let's look at the fifth D. Let's look at what this fifth D, the divine masculine energy's higher self, is saying, and it's a wrap. Okay. And so now, Mimi say, yeah, I definitely feel emotional unavailable. Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah. And this is what's coming up. And how I can do it, because I can plug into my own thing about the divine masculine, and I'm plugging in and kind of seeing this is what it is. I'm showing up. Nobody's showing up for me. Let's got to work on that, because again, let's be honest with you. If you look at that, then that means something about you is not being emotionally available to others. And so you got to watch that. I did that. I can't remember which one I did. I got so much out here to find out. But I think I talked about how to be empathic. I think I only did that for the Patreon people, and how being empathic can also affect you and your availability to others because of that gift. That all plays a role into it too as well. You want to find out some more information about that, go to your Patreon. Go to the Patreon and sign up and be a part of that as well. Okay. Where's that at? Where's the race sunshine? I think it's up here. It's up and down. Okay, so make sure that you go. It's got to be down because I just came up with that. Okay, so make sure you go to that one and sign up to be a part of the Patreon as well. Okay, so now higher self, back to him. He says it's not that serious. Laugh. Excuse me, you know that things is kind of graphic, so excuse me for the things. It's not that serious. And it says, laugh fuckers. Don't let the bullshit make you bitter. This to be from the higher self to the divine masculine energies is telling them that, hey, you know what? You got to put up some healthy boundaries. Don't let them get you to the point that it's making you create this brokenheartedness, because it is affecting them deeply. The divine masculine energies is affecting them, and how I know, because I can feel it on my end. And it's like, okay, you got to kind of deal with it. You don't take it so seriously. You got to kind of like let it move off like water off a duck's butt. For the divine masculine energies, this stuff here, this broken heartedness for some of these divine masculines, is hurting them deep. It's hurting them deep, and I hope you feel what it is. It's hurting them deep. It's like something's dying. It really is. It's hurting them deep here, and this is something that they got to deal with. The divine masculine energies that's in the female and the male. So we all can look at it and say, this, what is it that's happening that we feel like, again, this creating this brokenheartedness that we are not getting, that we really letting it take us under, about what this person is doing to us or what's happening. We have to learn again like that. We can't let that turn us into anything. And that goes back to my thing on my podcast about on Divinely Speaking Unplugged. I speak about that, how the vampires can turn around and create you and make you into a vampire too. The divine masculine energies have to understand: irritated, eat, cuddle, sleep, and repeat. The thing is that the higher self of the divine masculine is saying again is just, dual. It's about relaxation. This goes back into the retrograde, and I know April sent this morning, I give her credit for that, is that she's saying it's not about all the stuff like reanalysis and rethink. It's about reclaiming. In order for you to be able to do that, you reclaim yourself, you have to take time out to practice that self-love as well. And when you practice that self-love, that helps you. So again, eat, get your nourishment, read things, do your meditation, do things that help to feel your soul, make it feel good. You got to cuddle. Sometimes you got to do that self-love, whether it is like, again, watching things that you want, that makes you feel good, that's cuddling, that puts you in your comfort zone, that makes you feel comfortable. At that time, cuddling is becoming one, really having that intimacy with oneself. And then sleep, rest, let it go. Don't keep on thinking and turning over things over and over again. And then repeat. Eat, find your nourishment, feed your soul. Again, be intimate, and then rest. Okay. Next thing is, it says, oh Lord, and Divine Master says, have sex. Do you really need a card for this? Well, again, sex is again with the act of sensual act in which you are creating that intimacy with yourself, that sacred sex. That point, the divine master, if you are in contact with that could be also the physical thing, or it can also, again, because he always tell me, my DM talk about that helps to relieve stress. Okay, well, okay, so if that's what you need there too as well, that way is coming together. Okay, the act of coming together, blending of the union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies as well. Hey, CP in Texas, oh, thank you. And the next thing, it says, love can hurt like hell. Breathe through that shit. Okay, so breathe through it. This heartache and this pain that you're feeling, that's it. Again, get the lesson. Understand why these things are showing up, divine masculine energies, as they are. Understanding this feeling of, he's feeling like, hey, it's not an even exchange. People in my life are emotionally unavailable. Why is this happening to me? And seeing that, hey, you've got to, again, breathe. That means take it in. You got to inhale, and then you got to exhale. You got to release it. Take it in, internalize, seeing what's the steps that you got to do to make that change, so you can stop attracting these people that are leeching off of you like vampires, wanting something. But then when you turn around and say, hey, I need something in return, they got 50 million different excuses in return as to why they can't do it. Well, my money funny, man. I could. I know I borrowed from you. I got that money, but now my daughter going off to college, so I'm gonna have to kind of like hit you later on that stuff. All these different kind of excuses as to why they not even owning up to what they need to be doing. That's us in the divine feminine, as females with the divine masculine energies, and the males with the divine masculine energies. We're getting to the point that we're getting fed up with stuff not being returned back to us in this brokenheartedness state that we are. That includes even our counterparts as well. And that again makes us to go back within and saying, okay, what I got to go back to the drawing board that I've got to deal with. And I got to reset myself as well. Okay. All right, then. Don't forget, yes, I got the GPS reading too. If you want to have a quick knowing where you are in life, on your journey, rather, with your person, what they're doing, and what you are doing as far as in the journey, as far as union and coming together. Get a quick one. It's just a 3-card spread very quickly just to tap in to see what's going on with you currently with that. So go over there to divineunisols11.co and go and check that out. Okay. And as always, click like, share, and subscribe to this channel as well, so I can get more viewers, so people can get the more message out there. Comment whatever it is. Hey, thumbs up. I like it. I love it. Whichever way it is, that way, so it can spread out. That's why it's causing me to spread myself out in different platforms as well, because YouTube is going through a transitional period, and it's some things are happening and occurring on some people's stations, not all, but again, there is some things going on. So you can catch me on IGTV. I just did one on there at the beginning of this, but it doesn't continue on because it don't go as long as I need it. So it jumps me over here, and I do the rest of it over here on Divine Unisouls 11. Again, don't forget to come here tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Time for Doubling Down for Love. Got a lot of good speakers, a lot of good giveaways. All I ask for is you participating in the giveaway for the Doubling Down event is to make sure that you're commenting, you're liking. If you comment, your name gets drawn into put into a drawing, and I pull that for that gift for that person that's giving you for their segment. So each person that do a segment, I pull a name for that, and you will get a not everybody, but a couple of people are doing giveaways for their segments so they can bless you with good stuff. Got books, journals that's being given out, also some energy sessions, some coaching sessions, some tracks with music that's got online like meditation and subliminal stuff that's in there as well to help you. Am I missing anything? Oh, book. Angel is going to give one of her books, either the narcissistic book or the one that's about journaling. She's going to give one of them, and all of them are all giving out nice codes for you all to use to go on their website too as well, for you to be able to utilize and get discounts for their products as well. So I mean they stepped it up this time, so I am super duperly excited about this one, because each time we do it, it gets better and better. Free event, don't need to register. All you need to do is show up and show out. I'm asking for the Divine Sunshiners to show up and show out on tomorrow. And also bring your yoga mat, so have something comfortable on, because Diana from Yogi for Life is going to give us yoga, 40 minutes of yoga. You can't beat that. You go to the studio, you got to give up the money. I'm giving up for free. Okay, so that's why I'm saying I'm giving you the keys. I'm giving you the stuff, because why we do I always want some movement and some learning, because that helps it to stay incorporated into your mind, into your body, and it becomes one. When you move the information in your body, it becomes permanent. Remember that. So that's why it's important that I have on my for our virtual events that we always incorporate one. Plus, I'm a dance teacher by background too, so I like all the movement. Anyway, all right then. So that is it. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. It was just a pop up. I just came up here. I said, let me do the DM. Also, I did the Twin Flame Current Energies on the Playground Experience. Go to the community tab. Is there, so you can see what's happening for the Twin Flames currently. It's all mixed up. It's a mashup with the playground and the current energies mixed up in one. All right then. Thank you for CPN. Yeah, I did. I'm a dance teacher. Yeah, I'm a dance teacher by and a teacher by trade. Yeah, yeah. So again, but you're gonna do yoga. Hey, Miss Cheeks. Hey. Yeah. So thank you for those that hang out in the Sunshine Lounge with me. CP in Texas. Miss Cheek is here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Mimi, my wonderful moderator. Just blowing it all up over here in the chat with the great things that I'm doing. Thank you so much. My sister came, Leslie, Kathy D dropped on in as well. And thank you, Miss Yolanda and Miss Charm Timeless. All right, then. See you all tomorrow. I am excited. I really am. I want y'all to just really show love to these people and really truly show up tomorrow so they can feel, because these people are not getting paid. They say they believe in you all and they want to just give you their time and their resources and pour into you. So the thing we could do in return is to show up tomorrow. Okay. All right then. So even if you can drop in just for a couple of minutes, it's 6 hours. So we're going from 2 to 6. So you between that time, you all can just drop on in whatever it is, put on wherever you're going from one place to another, plug in so we can get the numbers too as well. All right then. So see you all tomorrow. And as always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Mwah. Love you. And I see you all on tomorrow.